Hello everybody to the second 2-game series of the day on this channel. It is Join Dota League season number 3, Central of Fear in the second game of the day for them versus Northern Lions, who used to be Team Course just a week ago, maybe even a little bit less. Maybe their performance against Compass Gaming was something that Northern Lions as a sponsor were looking for. But my name is Kosher and joining me will be Mito.
Wow, this is actually the first time I'm seeing Northern Lions play. I don't think I've ever seen or casted their games. So maybe you can fill me in, as well as all the viewers who don't know who they are. All I know is, from what you guys have said in the chat, that they used to be Course, and according to you, they play really well against Compass Gaming, got picked up by Northern Lions. But this is huge! A first pick Tinker? Wow, you gotta have balls to do that, man.
Yeah, you must love this pick right about now.
Not as the first pick. I would love it as a fifth pick, but I mean, yesterday I was playing Tinker in in-houses, right? I randomed the hero. I was happy as hell. But I was the first person to random, and guess what? You start seeing heroes like Clockwork, you start seeing heroes like Vengeful Spirit, you start seeing heroes like Storm, and your life becomes a living hell.
Yeah, and Central Fear, well, they definitely, I don't think they were expecting this. I mean, probably they were like, okay, Northern Lions gonna pick up something like a Doom or maybe Lycan, and we can get the Lycan plus something instead in return. Central Fear, they did get the Lycan in the first game versus House of Gamers as well. So I do believe they were itching for it, but now that they see the Tinker, it's like, oh crap, we can't really go for all-out push because it might get stopped a little bit too easy. So they adjust, they get the Doombreaker and the Skywrath Mage, and actually both of them are pretty damn decent against Tinker, I want to say.
Well, life's good for the Tinker already, right? Looking at Doom and Skywrath Mage, he must be clapping and be like, hurrah! But, wow, what was I thinking just now? I was thinking something about Tinker. Ah, yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I'm mumbling. But, I would love to see a Kunkka. I don't know as of late. Probably most guys here, if you follow like Reddit and whatnot, you've seen that 6.9k MMR player who just does amazing things using that X mark the spot with the Blink Dagger, and like even getting double Divine Rapiers with the double Daedalus, and getting them 2.2k crits, straight team wipe. And the Chinese players have done a lot of it as well. Like they have replicated this playing style, getting like ZSMJ and Yafits, even 2009, all those guys have tried this build, and it works amazingly well. The only difference is the 6.9k MMR player, he goes for a Battle Fury into like Blink Dagger and then Daedalus, whereas the Chinese players, what they prefer to do is just to go for Bottle Drums, and then straight to Blink Dagger, and then Daedalus, and then sometimes they come back to the Battle Fury afterwards. It's a matter of preference, I would say, but Battle Fury, because the cleave, I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's pure damage, and in conjunction with the Tidebringer does some pretty amazing stuff, especially in like Captain Mode games, because the supports generally are a lot more squishier because they prioritize on buying wards for their teammates and whatnot.
Yeah, the cleave, at least as far as I know, should be pure damage, just ignoring all mitigation and whatnot. I mean, definitely would be nice to see that hero overall, way more than, well, we see him at the moment. There are some certain players and teams that pick it up more often than others, but still, of course, not a go-to pick by any means, not yet. Central Fear, well, they grab themselves a Death Prophet, which isn't too bad against Tinker in general either. Exorcism is a pretty long range spell, so you can still harass the towers to some extent, even if the March of the Machines is down. And of course, Tinker early on, before he gets the Blink Dagger specifically, Death Prophet can just completely wreck the Tinker with his silence. But we'll see how well it works out for them as Northern Lions. They need something that can just zone out the enemy so that the Tinker would have free reign from the background.
Ah, indeed. Well, let's see. Mirana, I think this is a hero that has seriously fallen off. That used to be a first pick material every single game. Like everyone just loves Mirana, except for maybe Sing Sing, because he probably feels it. It's like when the hero just becomes way too popular, it gets picked up every single time. It just doesn't. It loses a lot of that special feeling you have towards the hero. I know I'm definitely feeling the effect of Tinker becoming popular. I mean, when we first met a couple of months ago, that hero was nowhere to be seen, and I was like jumping with joy seeing Tinker. But now, like 9 out of 10 pub games, you're gonna see someone butcher Tinker, man. Like they, and sometimes you just want to like scream and be like, man, I wish nobody knew this hero was like was actually that good.
I mean, Tinker, he's the flashy kind of hero, at least most of the time. Starts off maybe a little bit slow, but just gets that take on and starts blowing up people left and right, farming up the entire map. And to be honest, me, when I see a Tinker getting picked up, I'm like, oh my freaking god, we're gonna see the March of the Machines again. I just wish there was a Tinker without that skill. Of course, that hero would be entirely different then, because just farming up would be harder, but I mean, that skill to me is so damn ridiculous, you just can't fight into it.
That's true. But a couple of playmails, and that could be easily the end of you. And the hero itself does have a lot of innate counters, most noticeably like Storm Spirit. That's always been one of the best counters to Tinker, because you can zip through the trees. Puck isn't all that bad. He can scout you out with, say, the Illusory Orb. And then there's always the Clockwork. Rocket hooks you from nowhere. But nonetheless, still a very powerful hero. And it seems like Central of Fear so far, there aren't that many counters. Oh, and this is one of the big ones. Batrider, we haven't talked about it, but he counters Tinker so freaking hard as well, if played correctly.
Yeah, I do believe I just saw a Batrider yesterday up against Tinker, and well, it did do the countering part just so damn well. But it's a little bit funny to see that Batrider gets picked straight after the Slark. Of course, Batrider is still a really strong hero, don't get me wrong or anything. But usually when the Batrider was the go-to hero, just first pick material, a lot of people started running the Slark just to counter that lasso, because you see the Batrider coming in, you just press the Q really fast, the Dark Pact, and you get rid of the lasso after the Dark Pact actually kicks into effect. So, a little bit funny to see it getting picked the other way around. But Central of Fear, 5th pick about to come out. You mentioned the Storm Spirit, not yet picked up. Well, at the moment though, I guess they can go for it if they run the Doombringer in the jungle. But then again, who would be their offlaner? Would make for some weird lanes, and to pick up an Abaddon as the last one, so they just want to heal their way through the Tinker, I guess, and go for kills, and with the Death Prophet Exorcism, get towers, get objectives.
Well, I still have to digest their lineup so far. Like Central of Fear, I love the slot pick. I mean, that was an amazing choice for me, because Northern Lions right now, just looking at their lineup, they don't have anything good. Okay, there
countered.
We go.
Slark, countered.
Hashtag countered.
Abaddon though can heal him up with the Mist Coil, so he can maybe get out of the threshold, but it's gonna be hard. I mean, get wrecked. I think there might be a lot of raging involved by him by this Bloodseeker pick.
Well, he might want to change his name soon, right? But looking at Central of Fear, once again, I feel like they lack the kind of lockdown. I mean, perhaps that's just their playstyle. They don't like to have lockdowns. Sure, Pounce isn't all that reliable, but like, what do you really have to set up the Skywrath Mage's Mystic Flare? I just don't see it. I think Northern Lion, their lineup is a lot more complete. I was gonna say Slug was a great pick from Central of Fear, but then we saw Bloodsuka, and that hero, he destroys Slug, honestly, like, hands down. You just can't regen at all. And that's like one of the big things about Slug, just having that Shadow Dance, and you can regen at an amazing rate, like, what's it, 3 to 7% HP per second.
Yeah, it's pretty damn ridiculous, especially once you get that Eye of Skadi for the extra strats, extra health pool, and then just any luxury items to follow up. And actually, Slark, his item build, how do you prefer it? Do you prefer Blink Dagger over Shadow Blade, and what should be the first big item after that?
Normally, like, I feel like it really depends on the game, but against a heavy pushing lineup, you don't really have a choice. Shadow Blade isn't going to do you any good, because the team is just going to be pushing. But if your team can defend and force the opponent to be like, yeah, we can't push at all, and then they start splitting up, then I feel like Shadow Blade is the go-to item. It just allows you so much room to go for those solo kills. So personally, preference, I like the Shadow Blade. But Blink Dagger in this game might just be what they need, because hey, who else can initiate properly. Let's say the Doom, right? But who's gonna hold the opponents in place? Who's gonna set up the Mystic Flare? And I feel like Get Wrecked, he's your go-to guy in this game.
Man, I just can't. That name gets me every time. Really, it's such a good
Get
name
right.
if you ask me. But to go over the lineups really fast for you guys, because this is a new 2-game series, probably a lot of new viewers, and if you're wondering what the hell this is, if you just tuned in after the draft, this is the Join Dota League season number 3 group stages, as in a 2-game series between Sentinel of Fear and Northern Lions, game number 1. And well, we are HeflaTV. My name is Coucher. The co-caster is Mito from Taiwan, if you're wondering. Probably doesn't sound like it. You would probably place me closer to that than him, but whatever the case. For Northern Lions, CA will be playing the offlane Batrider as Regulus. Man, that name is awesome as well. Playing on the Mirana, mid lane taken up by Phantom XP, and safe lane, dual lane, Jean playing the Wraith King, and Ingman on the Bloodseeker.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, for a second, I always thought your name was like, what's it? Abdul Ismail, isn't it? Am I wrong? I thought that was your real name. Nah. Just sidetracking a little bit. I mean, that was a speculated name of like... That was a Ice Frog speculated name, apparently.
Looks like it. But you can go over the Central Fear lineup fast, since we won't see any first class, probably.
Alright, real fast. Noctis gonna be playing mid solo as the Death Prophet at top. We're gonna have Daywalker playing as a support Abaddon. And Mamak Club, he's gonna be playing as the Skarath Mage. Gerek gonna be the carry Slock. And finally at bottom, we have the stand-in RNT playing as a Doombringer.
Yeah, and so far, comparing offlaner, CA has it up to level 2, and RNT actually almost level 2 as well. Gets slowed down to the Wayfire Blast. Actually taking a lot of punishment, man. 0 base armor, it definitely shows. Although he might get the creep wave with him, but Wayfire Blast, another one will come out. No, Doom gets a little bit too far away with his boost of speed, but man, it would have been so close.
Yeah, boost of speed, definitely worth it in this case. But you kind of have to wonder at the same time, would a Stout Shield have made a difference?
Oh yeah.
But
shout out to Brazil, man. I completely forgot it.
Brazil.
I almost got it in between, but I can't just randomly like, oh, shout out to Brazil and stop you from talking. It was Connor Saab requesting it. So, hello, shout out.
Wow.
Oh, another stun onto the Doombringer. Can they have enough? The silence comes out as well. The arrow a little bit off target as Mirana came in from the side, but they're gonna dive the tower. They're probably gonna get the kill as well. And indeed, Mirana Regulus draws the first blood by killing the stand-in RNT.
Wow, that was a fairly easy kill from the Northern Lions. Let's see how things are faring at mid. Seems like Tinker actually has a slight upper hand. No Ancients Axe so far, and Central of Fear, apparently they're not thinking about warding off the Ancients. One of the best ways that I've seen people counter Tinker is like, not only do they ward the Ancient, but they get a hero like, say, Enchantress or Chen, one of those great junglers with a lot of mobility during the early game, and then they'll just cut across, if I can draw it on the mini-map or ping it out.
It's paused, you can't, I think.
Yeah, but anyways...
If you draw it on the mini-map, I can still see it, but you can't draw on the ground itself, I think.
Okay, yeah, so like roughly this area, right? They will plant an observer ward, like right here. And they can see, if the Tinker ever goes there, they will just roam across, steal all his camps, kill the Tinker, because the way people play Tinker a lot of the times is like, hey, some people like to rush the Boots of Travels, but if you see the Tinker go for Soul Ring, then you know he's gonna be low, because he's gonna be feeling safe, like standing in the area like right here, and then like, or even over here, right, and just like running the march and killing those creeps. But if you come around, if you swing by at these kind of times, when he's the most vulnerable, it can mean an easy pickoff.
But they really don't have the heroes to just go for those easy pickoffs at the moment. I mean, Doombringer as an offlaner can't really rotate. Bounty Hunter would be better suited for that, just go in with the Shadow Walk of his. And man, all this Ice Frog talk in chat, as well as you mentioning it, probably because of the chat started before. When watching the Dota 2 Millionaire series at TI4, actually a confirmed fact about Ice Frog, I think it was that he knows Russian, or speaks Russian, or was he Chinese? I think he knows Chinese.
They're two very different languages.
I don't remember which the answer was. I think actually it was that he knows Chinese.
He knows Chinese.
Man, I have to recheck the interview later on. Or the questionnaire, however you want to call it.
Well, I mean, we can always ponder like who he is, but it feels like, I don't know, like people from Valve, they definitely know who he is. Right? I mean, he works with them, so
Yeah, of
probably
course they
maybe
do,
one day we get.
it's
some
like
inside scoops.
for Top Gear, the Stig. It's like if you keep it a secret, it's way more exciting. But oh, top lane, CA, stealing some nice farm with the Firefly, going from low ground to high ground. And it's not like an Abaddon is really a heavily punishing hero. He can't really lock down the Batrider. Yes, if they get the pounce ever, it's gonna be nice, but they only have the Skyriff Mage concussion shot to set it up to begin with. So Batrider having a fairly good time, level 3.5 compared to actually level 4 on RNT, but Doom, of course, he gave away first blood as well, so in that regard, he is doing a little bit worse.
I'm actually pretty against the way Central of Fear have laned. It feels like it's just not efficient at all. Imagine if they did dual offlane, putting the Abaddon with the Doom, then like the Doom would have never given away the first blood. Plus, it feels like, hey, Skyrath Mage, if he picks up Magic Stick, he can just take on the Batrider at any stage of the game, you know, like, well, not any stage of the game, but at least during this laning phase. Easy zoning with, say, the Arcane Bolt. Anytime Batrider uses Firefly, Sticky Napalm, hey, you're getting free charges, which means more spam. And given the fact that, hey, Skyrath Mage has enough mana to spam, the Batrider will not be able to stay on the lane the way he's doing right now.
Yeah, it's actually a huge difference as well, whether the Batrider gets that XP, gets that fast level 6, and of course closer to his Blink Dagger as well. So far 6-0 last hit wise, compared to 10-0 on the Doom. So Doom, of course, now having rotated into the jungle, just get some guaranteed XP. Yes, he's not the best jungler in the world, especially since he's forced to tank up so much damage having 0 base armor for it, but at least he gets something done. And there's a double stack in the P camp here. Regulus gonna stack it even further. Although I actually never mind, Batrider comes in for it. I thought like maybe save it for the Tinker, but Tinker stacks himself some Ancients instead. So lots of camps for everybody to farm up.
Wow, so if they actually planted the kind of wars that I was talking about, like getting the ones here, and then like having another one there, right? They would have been able to shut down so many heroes. Batrider wouldn't have his Blink Dagger anytime soon. Wouldn't get so many good levels. And the Tinker, it's definitely going to slow down his Boots of Travels. And by the looks of it, wow, this Sentry is actually really late coming in from Daywalker. There are already several camps. By the looks of it, it's like 3 camps. That's still pretty good. There's a dragon, so I mean, you're probably looking at another 500, 600 gold. And Tinker seems like he's going to be directly rushing Boots of Travels and then coming back for the Soul Ring. That's also a pretty way to play it. And let's see how much Batrider got from that. So he had, I think he made about 500 gold because he gave the rest to Regulus, and then they split the XP.
I mean, it's definitely not bad, Batrider. I mean, he just needs that level 6. Anything above that is already a luxury.
Arrow? Nope.
And Regulus has been fishing for them for a long time. Actually, one weird rotation that I just saw like a minute before, maybe half a minute even, is Skyrath Mage. He TP'd mid lane. And I mean, was he really expecting to set up a kill on Tinker with only the concussive shot, while Death Prophet hasn't even a single point into the exorcism? Just Crypt Form spam might be enough if you get 2 of them off, but just wishful thinking. And instead, they're losing actually a lot of health on this bottom tier 1 tower at the moment, as it's a double creep with a siege creep. So looks by all means that Northern Alliance did a single pull just before the catapult came, which is always a nice thing to do. And oh, Ingman, he wanted to go for the Rupture, but just got choked out with the nighttime vision. But Daywalker, he's still not in the safe. Jean coming from behind on the Wraith. There's the Rupture. Silence. Rayfire Blast to follow. But TPs are coming in the masses. Ingman, can he get the kill? Yes, he can do him. He actually got, never mind, he didn't get the War Stomp off. He's a little bit too low on mana. The concussive shot does slow Bloodseeker down though. And actually might go down. Pounce comes out to get wrecked. Nice rotation by him, getting a really high priority kill.
Well, that's definitely good. Citadel of Fear, once again, I feel like they're on the back foot. I don't know why. I just get this feeling. I feel like Tinker, he's a hero, like, if you don't shut him down early, it's gonna be so hard to fight against later on. Bloodseeker, maybe not that important. And Wraith King, he's a support Wraith King, so he's not that scary. So why am I
Tinker,
worried?
he's so close to his boost of travels, but now Get Wrecked, he comes in. Tinker, can he outrun this Phantom XP? Get Wrecked actually uses Shadow Dance to get in range. He gets the pounce as well. Crypts want to follow up, should be an easy kill. And
10 magic stick. 10 magic stick charges makes you live a little bit longer. Who knows?
Oh, and Daywalker will get the sentry that was used to sentry before, and actually Bloodseeker, he denied me Rana as well. What? Didn't even see
Doom
that.
was
I guess
used.
Doom, yeah.
Yeah.
So nice deny. And what do you think actually Linkman is gonna go for as far as his items go?
Demon, let's see. I mean, the usual build that people go for is like a 4-staff. But by the way, like by the looks of it, right, he might be just going for Radiance. He has saved up 1.8k. Yeah, why not? Radiance is a great item. I suppose. Doesn't hurt, especially later on in the game, right? Like late game.
Oh, top lane, the pounce onto Chan goes out. He has the Brave Fire Blast. And well, actually didn't even use it once. He needed enough mana for his reincarnation, but Daywalker dropping low, no ultimate yet. Brave Fire Blast does follow up Regulus. No points into Starstorm and Daywalker well. Even if he goes down, oh, but Rupture on to get wrecked. Can he escape? Going for the TP out, really smart plays as well. And Daywalker somehow still alive. Will get chased down in the end. Regulus picks up the kill. But, well, I mean, reincarnation for Abaddon, not the worst trade for Central Fear, but still favoring Northern Lion, especially since Batrider, he was farming up in the meantime and now finishes up his Blink Dagger just before 10 minutes.
Yep. Okay, so let's see. How is this game gonna be going? How is it progressing? Doombringer, he is so poor, dirt poor. What's happening?
Oh, he might be even poorer
Hand of
soon,
Midas.
CA. Did he see the rotation? No, Doombringer turned around for a little while. Maybe saw the Firefly now. Yeah,
Maybe he was getting the hand of Midas. Bit of a luck, I think, was involved there. But CA, he's not quite done. They just smoked up. They must be looking for something now. A Blink Dagger on Batrider, 10-minute in. The perfect first gank that you want to look for. I mean, nobody knows you have a Blink Dagger, even though most teams should be expecting it.
He's been gone from the map for a long time, but Noctis, he's pretty far as well, thanks to creep wave being pushed out like that. And oh, he goes in, there's the lasso, and now Starstorm rushing, yeah, off target, oh, a huge mistake. They have to force the rupture because of it, Exorcism is there as well, a 40 shield keeping alive the mist call, oh my god. They have to dive so far, and for so long, it's here, they're gonna go for the Daywalker, they get that kill as well, but 2 onto Inkman now. Can he actually outrun them, the Thirst? Gets disabled by him as well, and Tinker actually went down for Get Wrecked, and now Slark comes in, they're gonna get Inkman as well probably. And most likely going to be a 2-for-2 trade in the end, so I mean, I think missing that arrow there, having to force the Rupture onto the Death Prophet instead of anybody else, was what set up most of the fight for Central Fear.
Wow. Okay. That was rather interesting. But it has been revealed. The Bloodseeker has gone to Blade Mail. Blade Mail is always one of the... It's also one of the most popular items, but I didn't think it was going to go for it because he saved up his money for so long. And just bought it in one go.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not bad against Death Prophet. He just has a lot of damage to just output. And of course, even Slark jumping, you're going for the straight up Dark Pact usually, will mean that he takes a lot of damage in return as well. And of course, well, I think most important is just the Mystic Flare coming out from Mama Club Skyraf in the future.
Indeed. Well, I still like the 4-staff a little bit more. It just spices things up. It's like Rupture and then it's a trail of blood. And then if Tinker goes for like... Oh, he's going with Soaring right now, but I was looking at the Ring of Regen, I was like, please, let that be a 4-staff, you know? How funny would it be once Tinker has enough mana to use Rearm constantly? And all he does is like, he buys Blink Dagger and 4-staff, and just Rearms 4-staff the Rupture guy, just... just 4-staff him all the way.
He's on the hunt. Another smoke is there. Get wrecked. He just used the Dark Pact as well. There's the lasso. Oh my god, he used it just as Dark Pact got into effect. I think that was actually a pretty huge misplay by Batrider. It should have been an easy kill with the Dark Pact on cooldown like that.
Wow. That's rather interesting. Regulus. He's been fishing with those arrows for
Noctis gets stunned now. Actually, he's going for the TP out. The silence is there. Do they have enough damage output? Yeah, oh no, my god.
One hit away. That was...
But they might get Daywalker for the troubles. Another arrow misses from Regulus. Really not too lucky with it. And another TP, the Flame Break this time around. It actually pops his ultimate as well with Daywalker. Don't think he can escape it. Photic Shield into the Grateful Blast Chan. He's dropping. No, he doesn't have his reincarnation. And he actually goes down. Daywalker gets the kill from before. Inkman tries to chase down Mama Club. The silence is still in effect. Finally goes away. Healing Cell comes out and Noctis will back up his teammate. But Northern Alliance, they feel a little bit sloppy in their plays, to be honest. Yes, they're still getting the pickoffs, but I feel like they shouldn't be losing heroes doing so.
Yeah, I mean, they probably listened to Puppy's advice, right? Just man up. So they definitely manned up in a lot of fights where I feel like they could have easily pulled out of. But yeah, it's a bit. I think this game has been somewhat chaotic in my opinion. Heroes like
Getrek comes in with his Shadow Blade. Can he get that first bounce? Ingman might be in huge trouble. The Pounce comes out together with the Doom Bloodseeker. Can he actually escape? I don't think so. War Stomp is there from RNT as well. They get one kill. Can they back off though? No, that's the question. The DP is taking a long time with CA. Blink with the lasso onto Doom. Getrek though going for the counters. The Shadow Dance activated. They actually kill off one. RNT probably gonna go down. No! He's healing up with the Scorcher. A nice slow from the Mama Club. Skyrock Mage coming in and now Chance. He's gonna lose his life. Has a reincarnation though this time around. Pops it. Getrek gets slowed down in the Master Machine. The heat taking missiles. They need a little bit more. No, the Shadow Blade. And Bloodseeker, unfortunately for them, is dead. If they had vision from that, would have been fine. But man, what a turn from Central Fear. They get 3 kills and they give away 0.
Wow, that was some sick stuff coming out. I feel like Northern Lions, they're taking a lot more fights than they should, and it was really unlucky there. There were 2 kills they almost gone. The Doom was barely like that Scorcher at the very end just keeps him alive. And what is it? The Slug just getting away with a sliver of health as well there was pretty, like, he was playing on a very... Man, okay, I'm lost for words. That let's just put it that way.
Yeah. And actually now Doombringer has a mech because he didn't tie another 800 gold on top of that. And oh, the slow one to Regulus, Misty Flare on top. They should get the kill, but see, he comes in, no lasso though. They bring down the Skyrock Mage. Can they get more Daywalker? His ultimate is activated. Ingman. He wants to go for Noctis. Rupture already on cooldown. The Blade Mail is activated, but Noctis. The mech comes out and now get wrecked. Can he get the Pounce? Should be an easy one. Pounce connects on Ingman. No Blade Mail anymore. They can just go for uncontested damage. And it is yet another trade, 1-for-1. But man, a Bloodseeker, a carry Bloodseeker for the Skyrock Mage, not worth. At the very least though, Wraith King does get his Hand of Midas finished. So there is a potential for him to transition into a semi-carry-ish Wraith King.
Wow. Like, if we looked at it, right, it feels like Central of Fear, just looking at the heroes, they're very good at counter-initiating. Slug can easily, like, use his dog pack to get out of any kind of lockdown, even a Batrider lasso, and then you've got Doom who can just jump in to counteract anything that Northern Lions throw at him, and then of course you have the Abaddon who just shields anyone in trouble.
Get wrecked! He's gonna find the Mirana. Right click, Pounce, Dark Pact. Easiest kill of his life almost. And the thing is that you can't leap out of Pounce as well.
No, you can't, and that is extremely problematic for a support Mirana with basically no items. Oh wow.
This is
even the Moonlight Shadow wasn't working.
Yeah, it's just going pretty horrible for them. I mean, I've been glimpsing at the graphs as well. It is a 2,500 almost gold lead for Central Fear, XP 4,000. So I mean, Tinker, yes, he has the blink now as well, which is always good, but are we gonna see some more kills? Mid lane TP's coming in. No, the Batrider makes it out with his Firefly and the Haste Rune, but if you can't even set up kills with a Batrider when you have the Haste Rune, it's actually just an indication of how well Central Fear has been counteracting the fights and the initiations that Northern Alliance has been going for.
Yeah, I guess Slug, he did go for a Shadow Blade, and that was the perfect choice. He's doing great magical, great right clicks, and this is gonna be an easy Roshan, and I don't think Northern Lions are capable of taking on the fight against Central of Fear. The best option is to just farm the Tinker up. That I don't see any ways of them winning so far.
Well, I mean, if we think about it, the Tinker, yes, he can just turtle it forever and ever almost. If this goes to the late game, and let's say hypothetically that the teams have equal farm as well, at least more or less, who would you give the advantage to actually?
Central of Fear, hands down. Unless you have a support Wraith King like the ones that EG run, where he easily somehow transitions from a support Wraith King to a 6-slot full item Wraith King. Bloodseeker's carrying potential just isn't as good as Doombringer plus Slug plus Death Prophet. I really just don't see it happening for Northern Lions.
Look at Get Wrecked, man, with ages. He's just between towers. The 40 kill, ruptured the silence onto RNT as well. Maybe he went a little bit too deep. Finally pops the mech Ingman. He's dropping low with the arrow. He catches Get Wrecked in the Shadowlands. Lasso onto RNT as well. Is this the fight Northern Lions have been looking for? So far it's a 1-for-1. Get Wrecked might go down the tower. Magic One keeping alive the Shadow Blade, the Mist Coil as well. CA wants to go after him, but the silence comes out from the Death Prophet. But Noctis, he gets caught by a Rayfire Blast himself. There's the Mystic Flare with the Crypt Swarm, the kill of the Mirana. Can they get more heat-seeking missiles doing a lot of damage? 3 for 2 as Shan might lose his life. He has enough mana, just barely for his reincarnation with the Magic One usage. He can even get another Rayfire Blast off Noctis, another heat-seeking missile. CA slowing down Get Wrecked. They have vision. No, they don't. Bloodseeker, unfortunately, once again, not alive. But Noctis, he goes down, and Northern Lions, they still come out heavily ahead in the fight. And oh, Get Wrecked, of course, can't go for the TPing out Tinker, but man, this was way too deep from Central Fear. I mean, the Doombringer just more or less ran to his death.
Wow, like, holy crap. Just now I was looking like before that fight, Tinker, he was in a bit of a pit. His item progression has been really slow. But that fight, I don't know, I think he got at least 2 kills. And all of a sudden, he has a Dagon at 20 minutes.
Oh, top lane Doom onto Ingman. Is he gonna be fast enough to escape? The TPs are coming in from the Tinker specifically. Can he help out? Laser will stop the right clicks from happening, but no, the burn, it is real.
I think he could have easily denied his teammate there, but that didn't happen.
But Daywalker, he's probably gonna be the sacrificial and more TPCA, gets the slow and nice body blocking from Regulus to begin with, but now Mama Club, he comes in. Are we gonna see a huge Mystic Flare? Actually completely whiffs, not huge by any stretch of the imagination. And all they just get Mirana down, make it 16 to 11 as what Northern Lions gained from the bottom fight, they almost lose straight away here.
Oh man,
CA, he still wants to go, man, he's playing so deep.
Wow, I think Tinker needs to grab a Ghost Scepter. Or at least something that can stop him from taking so much damage from a slug who isn't like doing all that much damage right now, I feel. Sure, he hurts quite a bit, but it's still within like the acceptable range.
Yeah, it's, well, I mean, he's getting really close to his Eye of Skadi though. I mean, actually, he's about like 700 gold away from it, unless he has something on the courier. Nope. So once Slark gets the Eye of Skadi, I mean, I feel like no amount of harass that at least at the moment Northern Lions has to put out is gonna be enough. He can probably even just go into the March of the Machines to go look for those kills.
Oh yeah, probably. Tinker isn't that big of a threat so far. It's his damage output isn't all that scary, and like you said, Skadi up on a slug.
Regulus! No, Get Wrecked. Doesn't want to take the chance too deep in, but continue.
Yeah, his mana cost. I mean, his mana pool, he's almost out of mana, but I feel like he might have been able to get the kill and get away with it. He still has the Aegis, but better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, of course, better safe than sorry. And Phantom HP, well, actually, he's getting some pretty nice levels as well. He's level 15, of course, Get Wrecked, level 16, a level above, but Tinker has that Dagon level 1, burst damage is coming out, and just a constant heat-seeking missile spam already is pretty damn annoying for the Slark, but his regeneration from that level 3 ultimate, 7, I mean, I think it's probably the highest regen in the game. It has to be 7% per second.
Yeah, it's ridiculously good. Well, 22 minutes in, go graph, XP graph, nothing that really stretches your imagination. 7,500 in favor of Central Fear for gold, and XP, it's pretty much the same story.
Yeah, it's just, they haven't been able to gain ground, and of course, the Bloodseeker hasn't been able to accomplish anything. I mean, if he had stayed alive in a couple of those fights, even that already would have probably been enough to get just vision and a kill onto Slark, but since he dies, Slark can just Shadow Blade and escape away from that. But, well, Get Wrecked, he wants to go in again. Eye of Skadi finished, Shadow Bladed up, he does avoid sentry wards, but now Regulus shoots him, but will it be fast enough? No, but the pounce comes out, Darkpack. He's actually holding on to it, finally comes out, gets rid of the Brave Fire Blast. Now Shadow Dance activated, slowing down Sean Raking. He's just reduced almost to a crawl. And now another pounce connects. He's gonna go down. Reincarnation pop. Can they get the kill for the second time around? Get wrecked, he still has the ages. There's the Mythic Player coming out. Make it Raking down. Can they get tier 2?
Man, I'm always struggling when it comes to thinking about the catch-up Midas. Let's say if the Wraith King had a Blink Dagger, would it have kept him alive right there? He might just have been able to blink out in time, and it allows him to initiate. Catch-up Midas, it's always a big topic of debate, I suppose. What has been really worrying me is the item progression from Northern Alliance just isn't happening. They've lost fight after fight.
Batrider might get caught. No, gets the Firefly off before the silence, but the damage is so damn strong from the Exorcism. Is he gonna take him down? Yes, it is.
Whoa,
he actually stopped for a while there, yeah.
No idea why.
And well, get wrecked. Wrecks himself, yet another kill. This time around, it was the Bloodseeker, and man, even the Bloodseeker just can't do anything because he's getting more than doubled in net worth by get wrecked.
Yeah, you definitely know something is really wrong when a Tinker isn't at the top of the last hit chart, when there isn't any like amazing farmers, farming heroes on the side of Central of Fear.
Oh, aren't he actually dropping low? Sean gonna get slowed down, thrown up in the air as well. Get wrecked, he comes in. Actually pounce on cooldown, but doesn't really matter. The slow from the Eye of Sky is enough. They get that kill, and now the pounce of the Regulus connects. Poor Mirana. He was under the effects of Moonlight Shadows, but the dust actually. I don't even know what got them vision.
There's a gem on the slot.
Oh, Coolio, my bad. So, I mean, they're just countering everything and anything that Northern Alliance just tries to throw at Central of Fear.
Oh man, the Shadow Blaze Slug. He is coming in for more. He's gonna be able to find the Tinker. Tinker is a bait, standing in the front lines right there. Just waiting for the tower to go down so he can start running his march once the creep wave starts heading this way.
And in this game, the Tinker just has to pull out his turtle boots and hope for the best, although Exorcism is up once again. Noctis probably building for a sheepstick now. Usually actually, especially against Tinkers, would have maybe preferred a Heart of Terrace straight out, so you can actually stand in the march to the machines with the Exorcism, do damage to the buildings and back off and region up. But I guess it's just catching anybody off guard with a Hex, maybe even a blinking in Batrider. Not a bad choice either.
Well, is it going to be a sacrifice for the Death Prophet? Is it going to be a Skadi? Is it going to be a Lincoln's? It's a topic for debate. What do you think, Coucher? What's it going to be?
I mean, I think Hex.
Hex.
I think it has to
Seems
be
like it,
Lincoln's. Right? Maybe we are versus Batrider, but oh, Sean, well, he has the Reincarnation at the very least, but is it going to be enough? Arrow actually catches Get Wrecked. If it's their opportunity, it's now. They have to go in. They actually stand out Doombringer and they just back off, but now the lasso comes out onto the Doombringer. Get Wrecked almost gets the kill onto CA. No. Doesn't get it, and now leave. Pounce, Get Wrecked. Another arrow. It does connect finally. Darkpack comes out a little bit late, maybe. Brave Fire Blast. Finally they get the kill, and that's Tinker getting 1000 gold almost.
Wow, so he can directly buy up 2 levels of Dagon if that's what he wants. Or he's saving money for buyback.
But Bloodseeker might go down. Actually, the EU is saving him for the time being. Mystic Player comes out. Skywrath Mage almost killed himself. If actually the Bloodseeker hadn't ran out of the Mystic Player, I think Skywrath Mage would have gone down to the Blade Mail. But Noctis dropping low the Dagon. Oh, if he had those extra 2 levels now, it would have been the kill.
Yeah, it definitely would have been. But you can't really take the risk of having the Tinker die because he is basically all that's keeping them in the game right now with the March of the Machines. It's just such an OP skill and so annoying to deal with as well.
Yeah, it certainly is as well. I mean, actually so far he's not upgrading the Dagon at all. Is there a chance that he wants to go for the Ethereal Blade just to stop Slark from right-clicking others or himself? Well, rather others, because if you have the Ghost Scepter you still can't be right-click, but...
Oh. Sorry, what were you just saying right now? I was just looking at Tinker's
Is the Tinker going for a straight-up E-Blade to just use it on the Slark so he can't right-click?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. What's it? Who was it that does this? Excalibur, right? He loves doing this, just going for level 1 into Dagon and then going straight for the EB. I've never done the calculation, but I'm assuming the reason why he does it, it's more... damage efficient, I suppose, like a 45% increase, and it's an additional nuke that you can use, and it can be used to save your allies.
Yeah, but oh man,
So why
get wrecked. Even just bought himself up a basher now. So no more TPs out.
Oh yeah, I remember now. Like one of the big reasons why people have started getting E-Blade after one level of Dagon is because before the rockets, they don't hit the hero unless you shoot the rockets first and then use E-Blade. Before, like if you E-Blade someone and you shoot rockets, right, it'll just go towards auto target. It won't shoot towards the E-Blade unit, and that's why I guess that has changed a lot for the Tinker.
Well, might be one of the reasons, because if you use the E-Blade, you definitely want every single bit of magic damage to hit that one hero for the maximum amount of burst damage, of course. But man, just the free cores of Central Fear, they're farming up so well. Tinker, with that kill on Slark, actually has taken #1 in net worth. But a solo Tinker against free cores who are just extremely farmed, I'm not too sure how well it's going to work out for them.
Indeed, indeed. The Doom, or at least say the Ancient Seal, one of those is going to be reserved for the Tinker. You just got to expect it to be like, somebody has to be prepared for the Tinker. But I have to go with the Doom, because Skywrath Mage, if he gets too close, you know what's going to happen. 910 HP is very, very thin.
Yeah, and actually Noctis, he did go for the Linkens after all, so did give enough credit to the Batrider's lasso, and I guess if he can survive the lasso, or the getting lassoed, or not getting lassoed, that is with the Linkens, I guess, he should be fine for the majority of the fight after that. But we might see a huge fight. The Exorcism comes out, John. He's gonna get caught, or is he? He gets a stun not to get wrecked, but now he's taking so much damage in return. That's absolutely ridiculous. But Noctis, he went almost down as well, and the Doom definitely went down. I think the Tinker, and he's running away, or was it the Bloodseeker? Don't even know. His Noctis somehow still alive. See, he wants to chase him down, but he runs into the Exorcism. Pops his Go Center to avoid it for the time being. It is a 2-4-0 though. Tinker in the backline. And once again, Bloodseeker was just completely disabled, couldn't get anything done. He was the one getting doomed after all. And Noctis, man, Abaddon just saving his life.
Wow, just now for Tinker, that was a free kill. Mama Club, that was hands down a free kill. Okay, Mama Club, he used Ancient Seal, but so what? Just you play Dagon. And just wait for this Ancient Seal to end, and then like just shoot some rockets. That would have been a kill. But now, Central of Fear, they have everyone alive, so it's a 3 against 5 right now.
But the lasso catches Doombreaker. Phantom XP, he just wanted to TP out, he doesn't have too much mana, but with the Rupture from Inkman, they do get the kill. CA picks it up on the bat. So at least for the time being, Central Fear will back off. Of course, Exorcism wasn't cooldown anyway, and Roshan is up, so Central Fear grab yet another Aegis for themselves and maybe push then.
Well, let the Rat Dota begin. Tinker, Tinker, Tinker.
Will the rat be strong enough?
Oh yeah, like if he gets enough items, right? I mean, once he becomes 6 slot, then he can start buying things like Manta Style. He can buy Radiance, and he can buy Necrobook, and just have it on a he can buy a courier of his own and put all these items inside. And when he TP somewhere, right, he's gonna be like use things like Shivas, whatnot, clear the creep wave. And when he wants to siege a tower, use the Necrobooks, get the Manta Illusions to come out. I mean, you already have E-Blade, so they do attack pretty fast. And Ultimate Ratting, send out the Necrobooks.
Well, they could go for it. And actually, Brave King, I'm not too sure if he had it for the last fight, probably did. Having the Blade Mail as well, but get wrecked! Is he gonna catch him? The sentry comes out, but Pounce actually misses. Feels like it's kind of like the first time the Pounce misses. He's been really spot on with those before.
Oh, indeed. It's always pretty nice to have a Shadow Blade, because I feel it's much easier to land the pounce afterwards, because all you need to do is one right click, immediately click the pounce, and everything is lined up in a straight line. Whereas Blink Dagger, it feels like it's a bit more of a skill shot. Sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. But it does come down to a personal preference. And I think at this stage, Tinker has to save money for buyback, as much as he would love to upgrade the Dagon.
Yeah, buyback is definitely a must, like you said. Although it can be challenging to just keep yourself from buying up the Dagon. Get Dagon 5, get kill steals, win pubs. That's how it goes.
Yeah,
but of course,
Sugar Finger.
This is not the pop, but CA wants to get the Abaddon. No, not gonna get that close.
Oh, let's see. Net worth, item progressions. What's going on with Central of Fear? So Noctis,
Oh, they get the Rupture and the last Sondian Abaddon. But he has the ultimate, of course, so they do pop it now. The backup is coming in. Daywalker takes so much damage into the Blade Mail, so he's back to full HP. Sean getting slowed down. Silence up as well. He has the Reincarnation, but he's just taking up so much in the process. But the Brave Fire Blast onto Warrant. He can't actually get the killing, man. Does he have enough damage? Nope. A 40 shield helping out for the time being. Nice Fuel Scepter onto the Bloodseeker as well. Mirana is the only casualty so far. Mystic Flare, Sean. He just runs through it. Doesn't care at all. Another silence onto Inkman. He's way too speedy with 5 stacks of Thirst. But Sean, he goes down on a Bloodseeker. Oh, the last arcane was not enough. But Mama Club, Flame Break, Firefly. Nope, get wrecked. He comes in, pounces up, and they get the kill.
Well, right now, Bloodseeker moves at 839 movement speed. Run back into the fight. Let's go, let's go. 700 and... No. The movement speed is just going down. Oh well.
Tinker, he got 1 kill.
It sounds so sad.
Oh, Phantom XP might go down as well. Will we get the bashes? Nope. Tinker OP can TP out in ethereal form.
Yeah, it's the power of the Boots of Travels. When you have the E-Blade, well, oh, are we done here? Get wrecked. He wants Phantom. The crit, the stun, the dash. Nope, not gonna happen. Yules. That's gonna happen.
Bash Lord, the silence. They get the kill. 871 gold into the pockets of Get Wrecked, who, well, I guess didn't have enough gold by now, and that's his Abyssal Blade.
Well, they're definitely gonna force him to buy back. This is the golden opportunity to go for a bit of a push, a dead Tinker, and even if you can't push, well, he's gonna be forced to buy back. If not this tier 3, I don't see it standing. Like, I just really don't see how they're gonna be able to defend. And there we have it, the buyback. So now Tinker should just start upgrading his Dagon, since it doesn't have buyback anymore, right? That's gonna be another 5 minutes. He can save up for it later. Might as well just put all the money in, get the Dagons going. Or I can split push bottom as well. The bottom lane's a pretty good place to split push. Well, maybe not with the Death Prophet.
Yeah, I think Central Fair is just definitely their game today. Can get direct. He's gonna go in. Who are they gonna go for the Mystic Flare? Doesn't do too much damage. Sean actually runs back into it, but Blade Mail was activated. Scarf Mage used Yules to get out, but now Abyssal Blade onto Phantom XP. No TPing out despite the ethereal form and CA. Slow down as well. Regulus he's in the trees, but they have vision, and GG gets called as Central Fear. They win their first game of the day.
Oh, a little bit of cheesy chat going on. Report DP. Doesn't want to join the fights. Goes and defends bottom.
Yeah, it's well, Central Fear, they were actually, I want to say, ahead pretty much most of the game. The Slark just got so much accomplished, whereas the Bloodseeker really fell thin. But guys, don't go anywhere, because this was only game number 1 of this 2-game series, and Northern Lions, they are definitely not happy with how this went. Maybe the Bloodseeker, it was a nice idea encountering the Slark, but execution was just a little bit lackluster. But in game number 2, maybe a draft that suits them a little bit better, maybe something that they have before practiced as well. We will see, so don't go anywhere, as game number 2 should be just a couple of minutes away.